Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Did you guys miss me? So, another Tony Robbins event is in the books, Leadership Academy, which is an amazing event. Different than his other events. This is an event if you want to become a senior leader or you want to become a trainer, and it's also just about leadership, but you learn a great deal of the technologies in terms of how to create lasting change. So, kind of a different type of seminar, but still just as impactful and very impactful for me, because when I did this seminar with my daughter 6 years ago, it was a big turning point. So, didn't do the videos during the seminar. I am going to do Date with Destiny this coming December, and so I'm going to commit to you guys that I'm going to still do my videos during Date with Destiny, because that's going to be a long event. So one of the first people that we heard from was a guy who has trained 27 Hall of Fame professional football players, not 27 Pro Bowlers, 27 Hall of Fame professional football players. And he trains people, he's now in his 80s. He trains people across the board in terms of sports, but he's focused a lot on football and basketball. And when asked, what can you summarize as the difference between somebody that makes a Hall of Fame and somebody that doesn't? And he said, well, number one, champions train harder. He says it's not about talent. He goes, the champions train harder than everybody else. And he goes, and I've seen that across the board in every sport, that they outwork everyone else. They're out-determined, as we've talked about, they're more hungry. So the second thing that I've seen that champions do is they train smarter. That they don't just train harder just to train harder. That they do it for a reason, that they have a plan, that they make sense. They figure out what works for them. They don't just go at it with reckless abandon. So it isn't, I'm just going to run 10 miles for 10 miles' sake just because nobody else is. So like when Michael Phelps does the extra training that he does, he monitors his body. He monitors his output. He monitors exactly everything to make sure that he's actually moving himself forward and not backwards. So he doesn't just train twice as much just so he can say he trains twice as much. He's actually moving 4 times further. He pays attention to technology. He pays attention to every piece of feedback that he can get. So what can we take away? Well, number one, hunger is the defining factor. The person who is the most hungry is the one that's going to win out. They're the ones that are going to end up on top. It isn't about talent. It isn't about economics. It isn't about location. It isn't about connections and ability. Does that stuff matter? Of course it all matters. But the person who's the most hungry is always the one that's going to win. Secondly, when you get to the end of the day, don't train more just because you want to work more than the other person. When you do the extra work, measure, make sure it makes sense, have a system, have a plan, and get feedback and make sure that what you're doing is actually getting you closer to your goal. So remember our ultimate success formula: know your outcome with specificity, take massive action, have sensory acuity. Are you getting closer to your goal or further away? And then adjust. So that's what these champions do, is they know their goal. I'm going to become a Hall of Famer, which is what most of these guys set out and say that they're going to do at the very beginning. When Dwayne Wade started out, he said, I'm going to become a Hall of Famer. Michael Jordan started out and said, I'm going to make the Bulls the best ever, when the franchise was nothing. Now I can talk about Giannis up at the Bucks. When he first got drafted, he looked up and he said, we should have another world championship up there, and my numbers should be up there. Set out his target right from the beginning. So they know their outcome. They take massive action. They outwork everybody else, but they have sensory acuity. Am I getting closer to my goal, or am I getting further away? So they don't just do extra work just because. They make sure that the extra work is actually moving them forward and not taking them backwards. And that's our success formula for everything. No matter what it is, that's our formula. So no matter what you're trying to accomplish, that's your outcome. Know exactly what you want, take massive action, but then make sure you're getting closer to your goal. And if you're not, then adjust. And the easiest way to speed it up, modeling. Find somebody who has accomplished what you want to accomplish. Do what they do, and you will reap the same rewards. Sow the same seeds, and you will reap the same rewards. So my videos are now going to be all over a bunch of platforms. So if you're on LinkedIn and I flooded your inbox with videos, I apologize. But I am going to keep this all updated on my YouTube account, which I'll put up links to that and all that type of stuff. Good to see you guys. I missed you. Not going to miss next time I do a Tony event. I'm going to still do the videos. Make it a great day. Thank you very much for watching. We're all in this together. Let's take care of each other.